Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a great question. And I guess speaking from my perspective in supporting both health and social care, what I see is, and what I hear, is that continuing healthcare is NHS-led with NHS decision-making. Both of those are sort of true, certainly the latter is true. But the reality is, if we continue to try to do what we've always done in the way we've always done it, then the NHS is going to fail. The reality is that what the NHS needs to do is to go back to being strategic commissioners. Commissioning isn't about doing. Commissioning is about making sure that the do is done. And some of those organisations that are best at doing that and making that happen is actually local authorities. What is it that the NHS needs to do? It needs to make sure a decision's made and decision is made fairly, and it needs to make sure that for those people that we find eligible to NHS Continuing Healthcare, we deliver safe and competent care. Everything else can be managed through strategic commissioning, through neighbourhood teams, through our relationships with local authorities. Our local authorities are superb at procurement, engagement, finance. We don't have to do all that in-house, because that's not commissioning. I'm only smiling because I'm a nurse. And nurses forget that back in 2018, our code of conduct was rewritten. And it was rewritten to include competency around technology. Gone are the days where I can say, well, I'm a nurse, I don't use computers. I'm a nurse, I'm not meant to know that. But our code of conduct requires us to be competent in those 21st century technologies, and they make a difference to us. Time spent in a post doesn't mean I'm better. Present company accepted. I've spent 26 years in this field of work. I'd like to think I'm okay. But I work with young people that are incredibly hungry and incredibly competent. And one thing we do need to do is remove those obstacles from those experienced commissioners and clinicians who think that time in post equates to competence and experience. It does not. What makes the difference is knowledge and demonstrating that competence in the field. And some of our youngest people and youngest practitioners, they need a voice too, to make sure that their voice makes a difference to our future practice. Develop those commercial skills that are necessary to really deliver and use the public purse to its best value, to make every penny count. And I hear lots of stories about people saying, well, you have to be an expert clinician. But that's only part of it. I've been a mental health nurse for 40 years, but could I work in the field today? Perhaps not. The reality is I have a good commercial background. I have a genuine broad spectrum of skills across both health and social care. And developing those competencies nationally with a national framework of continuing healthcare workforce development, as we tried to in 2018 using the maturity matrix, will actually deliver the consistency that is necessary to provide a parity of service across the whole of England and Wales, of course.